Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Can you hear us? Yeah.
She hasn't said anything, so we're
All right.
good.
Here we go.
Um,
It's episode 31 of the Village Legends podcast, my brother. We got a new setup right here we working on, episode 31. Thank you guys for rocking with us up till now. The latest episodes have been the highest ones viewed yet. 31, of course, the great 31s in sports history. Reggie Miller, Greg Maddux, the great Mike Piazza, Dave Winfield, one of the greatest athletes of our time, pretty much, if you really put it down to it. Ferguson Jenkins, among others. We're going to talk a lot today about football, NCAA, and NFL. We got some MLB news. The hot stove is hotter than ever. Some NBA news, some fight talk, and a little way to take us out with the end of an era, as our title is today of the show. My brother C, welcome in. We got multiple cams going today. How we looking? How we living? Talk to him, brother.
we looking good, but at the end of the day, that's what we do. We always look good, and we're gonna continue to try to look good, you
Yes,
know.
sir.
Um, Welcome back, everybody. We all love, and we have some stuff that's right off the top of the grills. I'll say not even the crates, but I'll say right off the top of the grills. It's been a real hectic week. A lot of um, judgmental things being said and a lot of gossip floating around. So we got to be mindful of how we handle things as adults. But yes, we will. We're gonna get right into it because we're gonna start off with the NCAA real fast. You know, it's a kind of soft subject for me because I'm Michigan Wolverines till I die, and to me, to see my university going through such things is kind of tough. So um, I'm gonna get right into it and dive right into it as always. We all know, well, if you don't know, and I don't want to say we all know, but Sharon Moore, his situation has been bigger than the president making, addressing the country. I'll say that. This thing right here rocked the crates, and I know that we might be a little bit late discussing it, but we're here to discuss it anyway.
It's
Yeah,
still in the news.
I
Still
don't.
in the
I
news
wouldn't even
cycle.
say it's really late,
Nah.
my good people, but it's because it's gonna be out for a while. Um, former head coach Sharon Moore, for those who don't know, I'm gonna break it down to you, was fired due to an inappropriate affair with a staffer. He was fired with cause,
Oop, sorry, buddy.
which immediately means no paychecks after the last one he received, and no buyouts. Woo, that's tough, especially if you were making $6 million a year. He is It was a violation of school policy. Moore was arrested uh, and held in county jail um, after his firing. He What he did is he went to his mistress's home and approached her uh, and was ended up eventually being arrested
Mm.
for felony home invasion, misdemeanor stalking, and breaking and entering. It's rough, but again, for a lot of the judgment that's coming his way, I really ask that everybody just be mindful. People make mistakes, and I've seen everything on social media. Social media is like just darts and rocks and all types of bombs just are just being thrown.
Mm-hmm.
So he pretty much to be honest, his career is going to be done for a while, maybe forever.
Yeah.
So let's be mindful of that. Again, he did do this to himself. It's a discussion that me and my boy Seth have talked about, and just to hear you know us, because we're grown men, and Sharon Moore is 39 years old. I'm not saying that we aged him by 20 years, but to me and Seth, we consider him a baby, but still, he's still a grown ass man, married with 3 children. And again, don't be too quick to judge everyone. This is happening as we speak, and I think a lot of us need to understand that. And Seth, what would you have to say about it? Especially knowing that you were a Ohio State Buckeye, you probably could care
Yeah.
less.
I mean, listen, it's a tough situation, especially they got a bowl game coming up, and like you said, Coach Moore did it to himself. Unfortunate as it sounds, he did it to himself. It's a clear cut school policy,
Hmm.
and according to the school, it didn't matter what the situation was on the field. This is a clear cut case where they have to make a decision right away, and that's what they stuck to. Now I know you feel that might have been different if they would have beat Ohio State,
Hmm.
which I think is pretty crazy if that's true. If that would have been the case, because they would have held that over him, forever.
Hmm.
Shame on him though for you know for putting that out there, but well, for putting himself in that position, I should say.
Hmm.
So we'll see what happens, brother. But I think you're right. I don't think we'll see him head coach maybe ever again. At least not in the top ranks. Maybe a JUCO or D3 somewhere down the line, and maybe in 15 years or so.
Hmm.
What do you think?
I mean, it's possible, to all our Village of Legends viewers, and it's a possibility that, you know, through time, because time heals all wounds. Let's be clear. We're here talking about it on our podcast, and we're talking as wise men. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, um, after his all of his legal issues and all the drama, you know decides to drop in his life, it's a possibility what his future could hold. But again, let's be clear, and I'm not here to preach to anyone, because I'm not a preacher, but only God can judge us. And again, with that being said, we do not know what this man's future holds. He is a talented football mind,
Yeah.
and I want to be clear about that, who definitely fell weak. And, good luck to him and his future. Uh, Michigan is on to the next one. So, with that being said, I want to discuss about who we are looking at right now. The University of Michigan currently is looking at our former defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter, who is currently the Chargers defensive coordinator with Jim Harbaugh. Number two would be Kalen DeBoer. I don't think Kalen DeBoer will take this job. He is good with Alabama, and it seems that
Mm,
Alabama seems to be, stuck on him for a while. But
mm,
you never know. That's a big time program as well.
yeah.
Uh, or Arizona State University, Kenny Dillingham. He, the reason why I say these guys are stuck on him, because they just finished signing an extension. So with them signing an extension will be a major big buyout, not something that Michigan can't afford, because Michigan has the money.
Hmm.
And the pressure will be put on a lot of these guys. But this is who I feel, you know, see Flash feels, who they're going to go after. And Clark Lee of Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt has
Mm.
had 2 good seasons. Their quarterback, Diego Pavia, was a Heisman Trophy candidate runner-up, who lost to Fernando Mendoza of Indiana.
Pavia had a rough weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
He messed up a couple times.
Pavia did have a rough
Hmm.
weekend. At the end of the day, Pavia is a talented
Hmm.
kid. I don't know what it might look like for him in his college. I mean, as far as him getting drafted, I, it could he be drafted? Yeah, I would never say no to that. I can't stand when coaches try to tell players they need to switch their positions, but they're doing it because they want to keep them in the NFL. So uh, I believe the heat is on when everyone sits there and says, "Oh, I'm comfortable. I like where I'm at." They're talking about their families. Families. Let's be clear. They're talking about their families because their families are planted. They have a home. Their families, their kids are in schools. And you bring a lot more of your other family who actually will go along for the ride as well. A lot of these coaches are taking care of their parents. You just never know what it is today. So I understand what they're saying, and they're not trying to be disrespectful to the school that they're currently at. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. Don't even not include Lanning out of Oregon. He is a hot coach right now in the presses as well. And I have a friend who's an Oregon Duck fan, and I gotta go on record saying that money talks and bullshit runs the marathon. So at the end of the day, when you throw them dollars at people, I mean it is what it is.
True indeed, my brother. I got one name for you. What do you think it is? Next head coach of the University of Michigan. You ready?
Who is it?
Mike Tomlin. What do you think?
Negative.
No?
There's no way Mike Tomlin is gonna come to college. Mike Tomlin will be sought after in the NFL if big if the Pittsburgh Steelers decide to part ways with Coach Mike Tomlin.
Mm.
The NFL has teams that will probably fire their own coach to go after him. He brings winning and he brings a winning attitude to each and every team out of the 32 teams that are in the NFL. Make no mistake about it, folks. Coach Mike Tomlin is that dude. And there's no way, like I said, Stephen A. also, try to present that as well. But I just want to say that at the end of the day, it's not happening. It's just not happening. Let's be realistic.
Not in the cards.
Let's be realistic.
We'll see. We'll see, my brother. Anything else in the college football ranks?
Yeah, just okay. So I want to talk about briefly, everybody. So those that are tuning in, to set an example of how I feel exactly about the CFP and how I feel about these teams that are getting in, uh, that are going to get in because of the simple fact because they won their conference. Uh, let's be clear. I want to touch bases on Boise State versus Washington. They just played the bowl game recently, and Washington beat them 38-10.
Mm.
All right. Last year they had the top Boise State last year had the top running back in the nation who was also a Heisman Trophy candidate and lost to Travis Hunter of Colorado. Ashton Jeanty was the nation's top running back and lost to Penn State 31-14. It seems to me the scores sound similar.
Mm.
We got to be clear as to why a lot of people, fans or voters, are very anal about who we select to put into these playoffs, because at the end of the day, with the NILs, with the transfer portals, you can do exactly what every other big school is doing. Because if you heard Fernando Mendoza's speech at the Heisman Trophy, his Heisman Trophy winning speech, which was really a good one. He said, to all the kids out there, you don't have to be ranked as a star. You don't got to be ranked as a ranking. You just got to believe in yourself. You could just go out there and show everybody what you can do. And that really touched a lot for me. But that was an emotional thing because I said, that's how I felt growing up when I played sports, And I just want to say that, anything and everything is possible. Anything and everything is possible. Again, I think they really need to work on the CFP. They need to really, really go back and adjust things, not to keep the small market universities out. But I'm putting everyone on notice to them small universities. Y'all need to get on your grind better. Because when you come to play the big schools, that is your test. That is your test. And you got to do better. Y'all got to do better because you're going to get blown out. This is what we're talking about on ESPN. And the analysts are sitting there saying, no. Look at your test of schedule. That's what they mean. You know? And then when you get into the CFB, you're getting blown out. You're getting blown out. So that's just something that I want everyone to talk about. Also, Navy defeats Army in the Commander-in-Chief game, 17-16. Hell of a game. And I touched bases on Fernando Mendoza. I just want to go back to him. Congratulations to the Indiana Star. He's also a transfer from Cal. Fernando had 2,362 points. Wins school's first ever Heisman Trophy award. Also won the Maxwell Award for the nation's top player as well. He beat out Diego Pavia. Diego Pavia was the runner-up. He had 1,435 points, voting points. Jeremiah Love was next up from the University of Notre Dame University. And Pavia is from Vanderbilt University. For those who don't know, Jeremiah Love was a running back out of Notre Dame, 719 points, and Julian Sayin out of Ohio State was the last one. Julian Sayin had some pretty damn good numbers. I just want to go on record saying that he could have won the Davey O'Brien Award for the nation's top quarterback, but that's just my opinion. He had 432 points. So, for those who are out there, I know everyone feels some type of way. I know my pop definitely feels some type of way. He went through, he still conversates about how Julian Sayin had better stats than Fernando Mendoza, which he might be right, but if you look at Mendoza threw for 33 touchdowns, Pop. Mm-hmm. Then you got to look at how many interceptions Fernando won. But he said, how did they rate and how did they vote for the Heisman? I said, well, I would say it's off of performance and it's off of, I forgot what I also told my father. But I said it was off of performance and it was for something else. And I guess, and I say performance because of the big games. Yes, the schedule can go off of, your schedule, but I made an example of Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders won the Heisman Trophy because he was phenomenal. But Barry Sanders, he played for Oklahoma State University back in '88, and they had a terrible, terrible record. So we can't use that as, you know what I'm saying?
It's true. Smitty chimes in. He says Giants suck. Just by the way, FYI. Quick question: do you think that Mendoza is a next level quarterback? Will he succeed on the next level?
It's crazy because I just want to throw this little quick jab at Fernando, and he's such a good guy.
He looked like an AI when he, whenever he talks, he's been interviewed, he sounds like an AI. He is the first Cuban American to win the Heisman Trophy, and he is emotional. He reminds me a lot, not of Tom Brady, but he smiles. He's got the church boy look, but when he touches that football field, Seth, he's an assassin.
Yeah. So you think he's going to do well? You know who he reminds me of, though? I hate to say it. Colt McCoy. Remember Colt?
I don't know.
No?
No, I wouldn't put him in with him.
So you think that Mendoza has a higher ceiling, in other words? He's got more chance to succeed in the NFL than Colt did.
If he goes to a team that protects him, yes.
Okay.
If he goes to a team where he's going to be sacked 5 times a game, no, he's going to be sitting down, cursing people out on the bench. But he's not that's not his type of character. Fernando Mendoza comes from a good family. He comes from a family as you can tell, that motivated him, and he expressed that in his speech for the Heisman Trophy award ceremony. And I gotta admit, I like the kid's adversity because he's been told for so long that
he can't do it,
that he couldn't do it, and he said, you know what, as he made the speech to the country, he said, kids, I'm you. That's what you're seeing. I'm a product of you young kids. That for coaches that told you won't be.
That's a nice message.
The next one.
Dude, yeah, definitely.
Believe, because what you see up here is a product of you. And he said he also touched with his family and said his family, without his family, it's funny because it's not funny, but it's real when athletes sit there and they talk about their mom. They just emotionally break down, And he talked about how his mom was his everything, and it's like kept him in it, because there was times he was probably going to say, you know what, maybe this is not for me anymore, So,
yes,
shout out to Fernando Mendoza again. And that's my NCAA college football news. We want to get into the NFL now.
Yes, sir. Where they play for pay.
Yes. This is the next step where they're trying to get to. Special topic on injured players with the torn ACL. The topic is the torn ACL. This season alone. Recently, we just lost Micah Parsons, who just signed an extension of $188 million with the Packers.
Yes, sir.
Showtime Mahomes, 3-time Super Bowl champion, went down with a torn ACL. Nick Bosa of the 49ers, who now is walking, but he still can't get on that field because of that torn ACL. New York Giants receiver Malik Neighbors.
Another one.
Hurt us as
Sure
Giant
did.
fans. That hurt us.
Sure did.
Tyreek Hill, I didn't even know he tore his ACL, but after watching that gruesome hit that he had on the sideline with the Dolphins early this season, I guess they ruled that as such, along with the fracture to his tibia and fibula. It just looked disgusting. Tucker Kraft, I believe he's a tight end, if I'm not mistaken. Zach Ertz, long time tight end with the Eagles and now with the Washington Commanders. Marshawn Lattimore, another one, good defensive player. Najee Harris, running back for the Steelers. Daniel Jones, who was having a phenomenal season with the Colts.
He was the Achilles, right?
Let's debate this, Seth.
Yeah.
What do you think needs to happen, my brother?
It's been a lot, man. It's been a lot. First off, I hate to say it, especially with Pop listening probably, is that our boy Patrick Mahomes is down and out, and so are the Chiefs. They're going to miss the playoffs for the first time in, 7 years? Something like that. There's been a rash of big injuries. Now, there's always big injuries in the NFL, but we're seeing a lot more ACLs than usual. I always wonder this. At a time we're at now, with the technology the athletes have, the diets that they have, are athletes, this might sound crazy, but are athletes too lean? Is there maybe not enough fat around them ligaments and them muscles, and, is it just too much? Is it not enough water in there? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But could that be something that's going on? Because it does seem like now more than ever, we're seeing these crazy injuries happen all the time.
I'm sure that there are athletic trainers alike that can actually have these guys do off season workouts that will strengthen their knees. Listen, you could do that all year round, but you can't stop an injury.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard to avoid. It's true.
What we can try to stop, and Roger Goodell and his team can try to stop, is have discussions with the owners and their turf. Turf is a major issue in the NFL. This is why these ACL tears have happened. Yeah. And I believe the NFL is considering switching back to grass, which I believe they should.
I think they should. Actually, Smitty chimes in. He says, were these injuries on the fake surface, the fake turf? Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
100%.
I would say probably most of them were. Yeah.
100%, Smitty. And, again, it's just at the end of the day, what could we do what could we do
I
personally
got you.
to
avoid these things in the future?
avoid these
Yeah, there you
issues. You know, until they make things happen and make the changes, then then they might see a less injury stats and percentages every year. Because as of right now, people are going to continue getting hurt, and that's money.
Right.
That's money lost.
The only counter argument I say is Barry Sanders did his thing for many years on that AstroTurf. The hardest, it was even harder than what they got now. You know what I'm saying?
You got a point, because but
You know?
but Barry Sanders, along with LaDainian Tomlinson, two running backs who worked extremely hard. LaDainian Tomlinson, when he was with the Chargers, okay, he's seen a video of what Walter Payton did. So in his backyard, he had extra amount of dirt, sort of to build a hill in his backyard. And LaDainian would work on, in his backyard, like leap jumps. You know, anybody that's ever been a running back, if
The
you
box
haven't,
jumps and all that
yeah,
stuff.
you know, just jumping into the dirt and running into the hills. That was what he learned from Walter Payton. I don't know what Barry Sanders' workout was. I wish I seen it when I was in high school, because I would have used it to, my advantage.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders, all I do know about Barry is that Barry squatted 500 to 600 pounds, folks. And he was only 5'8". Barry Sanders was only 5'8". I know about that because in my time growing up, in Sess's time growing up, we were into Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders hard.
Yes, sir.
They were the top running backs in the NFL. Mainly Barry Sanders. Though Barry Sanders considered is probably the best or one of the best running backs of all time.
No question about it. Shout out to my 5'8" brethren out there too. What else we got in the National Football League? Been a great week 15. A lot of stuff going on. Some very exciting games, man. What do we got cooking, my brother?
Just the fact that we're coming close to the playoffs. There have been some teams that have been eliminated in the playoffs, and but I'm gonna go and really go to. Hold on, let me go to this real quick.
Talk to them. I know we got the power rankings coming up.
Yes, power rankings are coming up. As it stands right now, we are in the AFC. I stand corrected. Sorry, folks. The AFC, the New York Jets, I don't think too many people are shocked about that, have been eliminated.
Oof. Both our local teams, by the way, the two worst teams in football, man.
That's the AFC East.
Yep.
And the AFC North, the Bengals and the Cleveland Browns have been eliminated. They're going to regroup, recharge, and retool for next season. Trust and believe.
As the Browns do every year.
AFC South, the Tennessee Titans have been eliminated. These are teams that we are not shocked or surprised by. They have a lot of work. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders have been eliminated, folks.
Sorry, Big T.
Yes, Big T, I'm not sorry, but I got to tell you, I feel your pain, my brother. We're going to switch to the NFC. NFC East, the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders have been eliminated.
Yep, and Daniels has been shut down for the rest of the season as well.
Correct.
It's a good move.
NFC North, the Minnesota Vikings have been eliminated from the playoffs. They beat the Cowboys last night, and that was crazy. But you know what? Minnesota's future is bright. If you're a Vikings fan, get prepared. Because, not trying to be biased, but J.J. McCarthy is from the University of Michigan. He won a national championship, and he is a special quarterback. All Minnesota has to do is get an offensive line to protect him. He could be right up there with the Joe Burrows, the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allens, all of these great quarterbacks that are out there right now.
A lot of good ones. A lot of good QBs in the league.
NFC South, the Falcons, the Saints have been eliminated. And the NFC West, Arizona has been eliminated. So with that being said, we're going to go to the top 5 power rankings, and I hope everybody out there is listening and has their top 5. So
I know you want me to go first.
Cess, you go first.
I knew it. All right, here we go. From the bottom up. Number 5, coming off a big win. Jacksonville Jaguars are the number 5 on my list. Trevor Lawrence. He hasn't even finished the last 3 games. They've been up so much, which is tremendous on them. Number 4, coming off a loss, the first time they're not my number 1 in many, many weeks, the New England Patriots at number 4.
Okay.
And the reason is because of Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, who I have at number 3. By the way, the cameras caught Josh throwing up on the sidelines. And they go, Josh, you okay? Everything all right? Were you sick? What's going on? Josh is like, you guys missed this. I throw up every week out here. You just don't see it.
You know what? He does, but this time it was a special throw up.
Oh.
Sources say that Josh Allen and his wife to be actress, I forgot her name. They're expecting their first baby.
Oh, so he's got the morning sickness on this one?
Yes, he does. Congratulations, Josh.
Congrats, my brother. LA Rams at number 2. They coming off a nice victory as well. And number 1 this week, my brother, speaking of good young quarterbacks, another one who so far so good, keeps answering the bell. Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos.
Woo!
Number 1 on my top 5, my brother. Talk to him. What do we got for you? Week 15.
I believed this might be the first time, folks, that me and Cess have the same number 1.
What? Okay.
So he starts from the 5. All right, Cess. One more thing. Do you have an honorable mention?
I didn't list one. If I had to pick an honorable mention, I would pick the Detroit Lions as my honorable mention. No, you know what? Cancel that. Sorry, Lee. The Green Bay Packers would be my honorable mention this week at the number 6. Yes.
Ooh, we forgot about the Packers,
yep.
right?
Green Bay would slip into number 6 for me.
Okay. Well, you know what? Green Bay's in trouble, but, I believe they're still going to make the playoffs. I'm going to start off 1 through 5. I'm going to say number 1, the Denver Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, the Seattle Seahawks.
Oof.
Number 3, the New England Patriots. Number 4, the Los Angeles Rams. Number 5, the Buffalo Bills. And my honorable mention is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nice. Good list.
I believe that all of these teams that I've just named will make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
There will be some teams that, and again, I watched the Rams play the Lions. Hell of a game. I'm talking about these guys were hitting each other like it was personal. And the offenses were looking phenomenal. It's just that the Rams were able to edge them because they have an offensive head coach and Sean McVay with the Rams. Again, hey, we're gonna see as each week goes on. So that is it. That is it, my brother.
Yeah, very exciting times in the NFL as it winds down. 2 more weeks in the regular season left, I believe, before the playoffs begin. Every week we have different top 5s, top 6s in our rankings, which really goes to show you that the top 10 teams in the NFL this year are really, really paired up nice. They're really it's anybody's league this year.
Yes.
Which is an awesome thing, my brother. Anything else, or are we moving on from the gridiron?
That's it, my brother.
Let's move on to the diamond. From the gridiron to the diamond. Major League Baseball. The hot stove season continues. We got some action popping off, my brother. Kenley Jansen, the reliever, had 30-plus saves last year, signs with the Detroit Tigers. The Yankees made their first signing of the offseason of any note, and that's only Ahmed Rosario, former prospect for the Mets. He's going to be returning to the Yankees. Bigger signings, Josh Bell, the switch-hitting first base DH, formerly with the Nationals, who we know for many years, is going to the Twins. Adolis Garcia, this is a big one, power-hitting outfielder from Texas, is now part of the Philadelphia Phillies. And my brother, as we talked about this morning, the Mets and the Padres, and I got my shirt on right now, and folks, by the way, I got Soto on the back, because it's a new day for the New York Mets. It's a new day, my brother.
Yeah.
And the Mets and Padres are talking trades. Me, personally, I think a trade is imminent. I think somebody's coming and somebody's going. The names being tossed around are kind of crazy. Some people think Tatis is coming to the Mets. Some people think Francisco Lindor is getting traded. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's pretty crazy.
You know, with Pete leaving the Mets, Francisco should be the Mets captain. I know it's going to be something that might rock Soto and it might cause friction. So they're going to tread lightly on that decision between me and you.
There were rumors that they hadn't named Lindor captain yet because they thought Nimmo would be offended. But we don't have to worry about that anymore. And listen, that's one of my points as a Met fan with David Stearns. And you know how this is in a lot of sports, brother. When a new GM comes into the mix, they don't want to have the last GM's players and win with the other guy's players, because then they don't get credit for anything, So I kind of understand when David Stern says, you know what, this Mets core has not won. They haven't won anything. They've been to the playoffs, okay, once or twice, maybe 3 times. They went to the World Series in 2015, right? But since then, what do we got? Not much at all, right?
No.
So as fans, we fall in love with these players. Pete Alonso, Brandon Nimmo, we think of them as Mets. They're our boys. Edwin Diaz,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a sport. It's a business. They're gonna move on. You can't throw all your eggs in their basket, because obviously we've been here for 10 years with these guys and we haven't won anything. So it's time. It is time, folks. As my fellow Met fans, it's time to move on for some of these guys. So with that even being said, I wouldn't even go crazy if they traded Lindor, to be honest with you. I wouldn't, if they had a good haul in return. But here's my prediction, my brother. You ready for this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the Mets and the Padres are going to make a deal. I think Mason Miller and Nick Pivetta are coming to the Mets. It's really good. I think those two very solid players, but I think we're going to have to give up a lot, brother. I think Jonathan and one of the other guys, Brendan Sproat, Nolan McLean, one of these guys as well as Vientos or Mauricio, maybe a combination, and even one more
that's
piece.
A lot, Seth.
I'm telling you,
Seth,
that's what it's going to take.
Nah,
telling you.
Damn, I mean,
that's what it's going to take.
I believe you, but that's too harsh to our core, man. Like that's something that would make us go to Steve Cohen's house and like with pitchforks and shit like that. And
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I'm telling you. I think this is my point. I'm saying we get too emotionally attached to these guys, with these core guys. We call these guys. It's not like they're like Posada, Jeter, Pettit, and Mariano. They're core 4. And Posada, they're core 4.
Yeah.
Those guys won. They won 3 years in a row. They won 5, 4 or 5 championships, whatever it was.
Yeah.
As a core, our core hasn't won nothing.
Yeah.
And when you got Juan Soto here for 10 years, 15 years, whatever the case may be, Juan Soto needs serious winning ball players around it. That's really my thing with Juan Soto. I think that he is such a dedicated player to winning. He knew that Alonso, that they weren't going to re-sign Alonso, or that they had a limit. He did have an interview in the Dominican Republic where he said the team was keeping him up to date with what was going on. So as much as we want to name Lindor the captain, I think eventually this will be Soto's team. And I think we're starting to see the pieces fall into place now. I mean, for the long haul.
The thing, I don't even cut you off, Seth.
Go for it, brother.
The thing that's on Soto's plate that he has the edge on is he has a ring.
Yes, that's
true.
true.
And the fact that number 2 is that you sign a way much bigger contract.
Yes.
So that's why they
a lot of pressure with that.
But we need a captain, Seth, and that hurts. That just hurts.
Listen, I wouldn't be mad either way, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be mad, my brother. So it should be exciting, but I think hopefully Mason Miller. By the way, Mets signed Jorge Polanco, a great player, an excellent player. I shouldn't say a great player, but an excellent player
from Seattle.
Seattle.
Yes.
He's a local guy too. I think he's from New York. So he's back now, and he'll get a chance to shine. He's only played 1 major league game at first base.
2 years, $40 million.
2 years, $40 million. But he's a good player. 28 home runs last year. I think he'll do well. But folks, I think a Mets and Padres deal is imminent. Padres ownership wants to cut payroll.
Mm-hmm.
So you might see Fernando Tatis as a Met. You never know. And listen, and also, by the way, Francisco Lindor has said this on the record. One of his dreams in baseball was to play alongside Manny Machado. That was one of his dreams in baseball, was to play alongside Manny Machado on the left side of the infield. You never know. You never know what can happen. I'm up and I'm ready for anything. I'm ready for anything that comes with it, my brother.
Manny Machado's from DR, correct?
Manny Machado's from DR.
Okay.
Lindor's Puerto Rican, but they've always wanted to play together. So maybe this is the time.
It's a possibility because you know what,
You never know.
Manny's door is used to be wide, but it's becoming
It's shrinking.
It's shrinking.
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
And the shrinkage is because of the fact that his career is almost over. It's almost there.
He's getting there. He's getting there, my brother. Anything else? You want to talk about anything else on the diamond, my brother?
No, pretty much that's it, brother. Just the fact that of course, we're looking forward to, those atomic bomb, breaking news stories.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do here.
I was hoping today we'd have some breaking news, but my Mets just keep me waiting all the time, my brother.
They sure do.
Yep.
I guess they just want to get it right, Sess.
I hope so.
Can we blame our man, our owner, Steve Cohen? I think Steve Cohen really wants to get this right. Let's talk about that too real quick, Sess.
Yes.
A lot of people are saying there talking about, well, he's got his licensing,
His casino
to build
license.
a casino.
Yes.
Listen, that might have been in Steve Cohen's thoughts for many years, folks. To all my Mets fans and everyone that doesn't understand that, Steve Cohen is a businessman. He's a Mets fan to the fullest.
Yep.
But that might have been one of his plans, and that was to open up casinos
Yeah, he got that
in that
license.
area. So we can't judge him or throw daggers at him because, he got what he wanted. No, I believe that's something that he had in his plans all along.
He's a real Met fan. But let's see. Now we're gonna see.
Yeah.
All right, now's the time. Let's see if this was all a plot to get that casino and make billions
Yes.
instead of the Mets franchise. We'll see, my brother.
Yeah.
All right, as we move on from the Major League action, we go to the National Basketball Association. Not a lot to talk about in the NBA, except for the NBA Cup, this mid-season tournament that the National Basketball Association puts on.
Yes.
The finals are tomorrow. It's my New York Knickerbockers going against your San Antonio Spurs. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Make no mistake about it. I am a fan of the NBA, but I do not have a team.
Ever since Jordan left, you do not have a team.
No.
Wemby versus Brunson should be exciting tomorrow. Any predictions? NBA Cup final? They're both playing good basketball right now.
I mean, Jalen put up 40 points the
Yeah.
night before.
Mhm.
So, I mean, listen, the Knicks are playing. They're balling. I would like to see the Knicks win the cup, but I'm going to put my head down on that.
All right. The Cup doesn't really mean much to me. I don't see much prestige from it. I mean, mid-season tournament, they're trying to spike ratings, spike attendance and all that.
Correct.
Fine, all good. This is probably the best final they've had since they introduced the Cup. I'm picking the Knicks to win.
Okay.
Take the over, folks. That's what I'll tell you. Take the over. Anything else, my brother?
How about what would you say your top 5 is, Sess?
Top 5 ranking. You got to put Thunder at number 1. You got to put them at 1.
Okay.
I don't really think about I only start thinking about basketball after the All-Star break. I put my bets in on the All-Star game, and then after the All-Star break, I start thinking about the rankings and all that. I would put OKC at number 1.
Okay.
The 2 NBA Cup teams, because they're in the NBA Cup, I would put them at 2 and 3 respectively.
Okay.
And I would probably leave it at that because I'm not really sure what else is popping in that regard.
I would go with Detroit. Detroit
Which is
is
a good
definitely
team.
is still
Very good team.
Is number 1. The Knicks would be number 2. I would go with OKC as number 3.
Wow.
Number 4 would be Denver, and number 5 would be the Houston Rockets.
That's a good call. That's a good 5. LeBron pushed the referee the other day. Didn't get teed up. Nothing happened to him.
LeBron must have had to use the bathroom. Listen.
Oh my goodness.
King James. Listen, brother. I know in the past people might say that I'm a LeBron hater. No, I'm not. I've watched LeBron grow up. Okay? All right? I'm 6 years older than LeBron James. I watched him grow up from the time he came out of high school into the NBA. And I watched his whole career. I'm just saying that LeBron, brother, please make this be your last season. That's all I got to say. You keep yourself in shape. I like that. But LeBron, you know, at this point, of course, you're just adding more points to your points and your legacy. That's it.
Points
Man.
to the points.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. And you're trying to get another NBA ring, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't really see that coming, brother. I don't. The Lakers looking good.
Yeah, they do.
The Lakers are looking good. 18-7. They're looking real good. So I'm not gonna play with the Lakers. We will see what happens as we get closer to March and April. But yeah, to see LeBron, you know, push a referee was just crazy. Come on, enough said. Enough said. Enough said.
Enough said. Enough said. Anything else in the National Basketball Association, my brother?
No, that's it, my brother. That's it.
Let's take them to the fight game. Squared circle. Talk to 'em.
Squared circle, where we always get to one of the hot sports that I love to talk about.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so everyone from the Village Legends podcast and our viewers, our people that tune in on a week-to-week basis, people who are you know, consistent, and we love you guys for that. Today is a trivia thing because we have to get to our top fighter of the year. My opinion will be, and like I said, everyone who knows C Flash, you should know already that boxing is one of my top sports. Terrence Bud Crawford is a 3-time undisputed champion in 3 weight divisions. Undisputed is a big-time title to carry. He recently beat the great Canelo Alvarez in September. And he is the top candidate for Fighter of the Year. Next will be Anaya Inoue, undisputed out of Japan, junior featherweight champion, who I believe he should fight Jesse Bam Rodriguez next.
That's your boy, Bam.
Bam is looking good. Alexander Usyk is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He recently has let it be known that he's interested in fighting former heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder.
Think it's gonna happen? I think it's gonna happen.
I mean, listen, if it happens or not, Sess, I just feel that Deontay Wilder might be in trouble.
Man, he was very promising, Wilder.
Wilder looked very confident. He did. He looked like he was excited, and he you know Wilder's that's the man he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to turn down a challenge. Somebody offer him want to fight him. He's from Alabama. He's from Tuscaloosa. He's a tough dude, but Usyk is a different beast.
Yes, sir.
Usyk is a different beast, and so I want to debate that with you real quick. Would you say that Terrence Crawford is the fighter of 2025?
I mean, it's not much of a debate this year. I think Terrence Crawford, far and away, is the fighter of the year this year.
Mm-hmm.
You named 2 good ones, though. Inoue, very good.
Yes.
Even Bam, I would throw Bam in the mix, and if you had to pick up top 5 for fighters this year, Bam would probably be in there. But I think far and away, Bud Crawford with his performance this year seals it with the undisputed title.
Who would you want to see Bud to fight next, Seth?
It's interesting, man. I know they're talking about Canelo rematch.
Or a rematch.
Yeah.
Would you want to see a rematch?
A lot of people do. I don't know, man. I don't think there's much there for Canelo. I think Bud figured him out, and that was it. I don't think Canelo has much to offer him in a rematch, personally. What do you think?
Me personally, I'm going to take a page out of Shakur Stevenson's page, out of his book, and he said that, Bud should retire right now. He's accomplished everything that other fighters have not.
Well, that's the thing. There's who else is left for him? Right?
I mean, really, to be honest, because Bud is not. He's already come out and said it that Terrence Bud Crawford said he's staying around the middleweight division.
Yeah.
He's gonna stay at 160.
He doesn't want to go up. He's
not trying to go up go down no more.
Yeah.
So anyone who's trying to dethrone the king of the pound for pound division, you have to meet him at his weight. And Terrence Crawford is for real, folks. If y'all don't know, you better get any contender that's coming at him. And right now the only one that I hear is everyone keeps talking about Boots. Boots is not ready for Terrence Crawford. Then they want to keep bringing up, Spence. Spence has taken years off of boxing. Spence, you have to show me, that you ready for strap season. That was your whole thing. It's strap season.
He's still not ready to come back, Spence.
I mean, that's what they keep saying, that he's in the gym. He's prepping.
I don't know.
He's got a different trainer.
They caught him. He was at the fight. Sorry to cut you off, but he was at one of the fights last weekend. And
Yeah.
They came up to him with a microphone. I don't know. Me personally, he didn't sound that convincing to me.
I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I personally feel that Terrence might have took his soul. And
That's
I'm not trying to be funny.
It happens.
Terrence Crawford took his soul, but you know what? Spence was never truly right. Even though he was still winning and he was still beating people. A lot of fans and critics have the same feeling I have. He was never right after that accident. If anyone's seen Errol Spence's car accident, you would sit there and say, only God. Only God. His car flipped about 6 or 7 times, folks. He had numerous surgeries because he had fractures in his face. But believe you and me, when it's your time, it's your time. And it wasn't his time. And that's the only way that's the only message I have on that.
You know who I didn't hear on your Boxer of the Year?
Who?
Jake Paul. I didn't see Jake Paul on your Boxer of the Year list.
I believe Jake Paul should have been replacing John Cena when John Cena, tapped out on that submission. That is my honest
He might be there one day.
truth on that.
His brother does.
Jake Paul should have been the one tapping out because Jake Paul, I've had, listen, again. Jake Paul, I salute you for the MVP promotions. As far as your boxing skills, hell no. But there are some fans that like you and that they are very entertained by you.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be one-sided. I'm not going to be the hater. No, I'm not going to be that. We sit here and we talk about sports alike. And that's what I'm about. And, shout out to my Michigan Wolverines and the NCAA college basketball circuit. They're doing some real big things. This is a special team, folks.
You think so?
If y'all don't know, y'all better tune into them.
You think so?
Yes.
March Madness, a little run is in the future.
I'm gonna tell you what. Get prepared.
March Madness, folks.
I don't like predicting anything, but hey, I like what I see for the Michigan Wolverines.
What do you think? We should probably post our brackets for the fans, right? When it comes to March Madness.
Well, that's another thing that our good guy Leon is part of as well. So we're looking forward to doing that as well.
Oh, he does. He runs he does his brackets, right?
Yes, he does, sir.
Good.
Yes, he does.
Very nice. Anything else in the squared circle, my brother?
That's it, my brother. That's it.
Karan mentioned John Cena tapping out. That's the final touchdown today. The extra point, if you will. John Cena, the last time was now. He retired. It was on every major publication, on every station, every channel, telling you that John Cena has retired. He was on Saturday night's main event. He took on the ring general Gunther, and Gunther made him tap out. John Cena, the man who says never give up, he gave up. He did have a smile on his face. He fought hard. At the end of the day, he was done. And John Cena knows pro wrestling and the love for the business. I give him props. They always say the way to go out is to be looking up at the lights, to be passing on the torch to the next man. So Cena passed the torch. He tapped. A lot of people were upset with that decision. Triple H had to come out afterwards and put his 2 cents in and kind of steal Cena's thunder. The crowds started chanting, "You effed up, you effed up." They started chanting bullshit to him. It was pretty crazy wild finish. But shout out to John Cena, well-deserved. 23 years, I believe he was doing it. He's a rapper as well. I mean, John Cena's done a lot of things in movies. They made him come out butt naked on the stage a couple years ago.
But yo,
you got to pay your dues, I guess.
Seth, real quick, who's his barber?
No, you know what my man did?
Yo,
you know what he
who's
did?
cut his hair, Seth?
You know what he did? He went to Turkey because he was getting that. That light bulb, that patch right there. And he went to Turkey and he got it worked out. So he's got hair again. Shout out to John Cena. The last time was now, my brother. And I think that brings us to the end of the show, my brother.
Do we, and we know how
Yes.
we normally do.
Yes.
But this time we're going to look into the camera and let them know.
Let's go.
You know.
I like that. That's pretty good. I like that. Real quick, we get the birthdays before we head out. A couple birthdays today to talk about. Former heavyweight champ Jack Dempsey was born on this day many, many moons ago, my friends. In the 1800s, my man Jack was born.
All right, Jack.
Happy birthday to Mo Vaughn, my boy Mo Vaughn, big first baseman, former Met, former Red Sox, power hitting first baseman.
Big Mo.
Happy birthday, Rodney Harrison, All-Pro safety. Celebrates a birthday today. And one of the best goalies of all time, Keylor Navas, Costa Rican goalie, celebrates a birthday as well. Guys, thanks for hanging. Episode 31 was a blast. Forgive us for the technical difficulties. We're working it out.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all. Hopefully we can put up some big numbers like we've been doing the past couple episodes. As always, shout out PR Baseball Challenge 2026. Go to the website prbaseballchallenge2026.com. Check out what's going down in February down in Puerto Rico. Me and my man C-Flash will probably be there to give you guys the recap of that. And C-Flash, take us out, my brother, as only you can today.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And just want to say, have a blessed week. Have a safe week. The holidays have hit us. So, everybody, please have a great, blessed holiday. And as always, think sports. Peace.
Peace.